next, I believe we have Mehdi from Sigma Prime joining me on the stage. How's it going, sir?
Good, thanks. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Fantastic.
Hey, everyone.
All right. So moving along, maybe we can just start off with a couple words from you, introduction, on yourself, your firm, what you guys do, what you do there.
Happy to. My name is Mehdi, co-founder and director of Sigma Prime. We are a blockchain security firm who's been around for quite some time now, about 7-8 years. We provide security assessments for our clients, not security audits, security assessments or security reviews. I'll die on this hill any day. Yeah, we're very comfortable diving deeper into the stack. So we obviously do a lot of smart contract security assessments, EVM, non-EVM, but we're able to dive deeper and help future L1s, L2s, cross-chain systems to hopefully ship better, more secure software. So we do a lot of code reviews on Rust, Go, sometimes exotic languages as well. And we're also quite well known for our fuzzing capability. That's half of what we do. That's the half that I look after. And the other half is the development and maintenance of Lighthouse. Lighthouse being the Rust implementation of the Ethereum consensus layer. It's currently responsible for, I believe, just over 35% of the user market share. It's a big responsibility. Yeah, it's open source, free, and it will remain free and open source. You have the commitment of the founding team. We will not monetize Lighthouse. We rely on grants from the Ethereum Foundation, but also a bunch of players in the space. And yeah, extremely proud of the great work that that team has been accomplishing over the past few years.
I would love to dig into a couple of things that you touched on there. But first, you made a point to express and emphasize not audits, reviews. Can you dig a little bit deeper into that? What is the difference?
Sure. So, okay, if you audit something, you usually audit it against a standard, right? So I think, ISO 9001, quality management, ISO 2701, information security management. You have a set of standards, right? A set of, like a checklist, effectively, and you verify that whatever system you're trying to audit is complying against these guidelines. We, in this space, in the Web3 security space, we do not have those public standards yet. There might be some initiatives running that will bring that to the table at some point. But as of today, I believe that calling them audits is, not really the right way to describe those assessments. They are time-boxed assessments, right? The more time you give me, the more time I'm likely to find bugs. So yeah, I tend to, I hope that everyone in my team refers to them as security reviews, security assessments, but it's like back in the year 2000s when everyone started calling everything cybersecurity instead of information security. That battle has been lost, and I think I've lost the battle with auditing now.
Got it. That's super interesting and really interesting perspective. Another thing you mentioned is that Lighthouse is going to remain open source. What's the importance of open source security tooling in the space?
So Lighthouse being a critical piece of the Ethereum ecosystem right now, it's extremely important to know that it'll remain free, it'll remain open source, despite the various attempts at potentially capturing the consensus layer. And we've seen some of them over the past year or so, and we expect to keep seeing attempts at capturing the consensus layer. And by capturing, I mean corporations, massive organizations trying to have a say in how the consensus layer should work on Ethereum. We're a grassroots team. We've been involved with the Ethereum Foundation and the research space for over 5 years now, and we do really have Ethereum's best interest at heart. And whatever happens with Sigma Prime, Lighthouse as a client will remain free and open source. And I think it's extremely important to be able to give that sort of assurance to the community.
That's awesome. Good work.
Thank you.
So, back to my list of questions. I went on a little tangent there, sorry. What made you guys sponsor DeFi Security Summit?
Great question. I attended last year's in Stanford, and I remember being blown away by the quality of the talks and just the conversations that I was having with everyone. It reminded me of what the Ethereum security community looked like in 2018. Back in 2018, we all gathered in Berlin. It was like, I don't know, 60 of us. Just kind of figuring things out. Oh, you like, Solidity smart contract security? Me too. And back then it was like very few of us. So it really had that same vibe, grassroots community. We're here to learn. We're here to teach. And I remember after the last talk, walking up to Muli and be like, Muli, whatever you need next year, we'll be here. So it was very natural for us to be a sponsor of this great initiative. And I'm really hoping that we'll see a lot more of this in the coming years. I'm excited about the virtual, monthly virtual meetups, which should be good. But yeah, we need more of these. The DeFi security space is crazy. So being able to get together at least once a year and share our insights and knowledge is incredibly valuable.
That's great. Yeah, I thank you. We all thank you, and all of our gold sponsors as well for that sentiment. Digging a little bit deeper into your thoughts about the space, perspective from Sigma Prime. What is the perfect audit or assessment engagement, review engagement? What does it look like? So
perfect for me or perfect for my clients? Because perfect for me is a report full of criticals and full of high severity bugs. That's probably not,
Let's say perfect from the client's perspective.
Well, okay, so you want to conduct as much internal testing before you engage an external auditor. And I don't think we communicate this enough. This is, I think, in my opinion, very critical. So ideally, a successful security review from a client equals to a report that has, very low severity bugs, no criticals, no high severity findings. The auditing team has been, able to navigate the code base very easily. There's a lot of documentation, a lot of comments in the code base, diagram, user flows, etc. All of this helps us understand your code better. And as I said, these exercises are time boxed. So if you make us spend our time understanding your system, you're effectively throwing some of your money out of the window, right? Because you could just be explaining, taking a day or two, your developers, asking them to document the hell out of your code base. And it'll make a huge difference. So a successful, derailing a bit, but a successful engagement for a client of ours is an engagement where there's no surprises, right? There's been a lot of thorough internal due diligence applied already. And our report doesn't really surface anything that anything critical that they weren't aware of. These don't necessarily happen too often.
Unfortunately, but hopefully more of those in the future as the space evolves and matures. I think that's our time, as Uri is indicating to me over there on the side. But thank you so much, Mehdi, for joining.
Thanks for having me.
This has been great.
Thank you. Cheers.